Have you ever had a day that looked perfectly normal on the outside? You got up, made your coffee, maybe even went for a walk, but inside, something felt off? Like you were going through the motions, but not really feeling anything. Not joy. Not calm. Just emptiness. It's not sadness exactly. It's more like a quiet disconnection from the world, and from yourself. Most men over 60 don't talk about this. They'll say things like, "I'm just tired," or, "I guess I'm slowing down." But here's what I've seen again and again after 3 decades working with older men. What fades first isn't physical strength. It's not testosterone. It's not even memory. It's peace. That steady, grounded feeling that says, "I'm okay. I'm present. I'm still me." And the mistake we've all been taught is to believe that peace comes from keeping busy, running errands, watching the news, fixing what's broken in the garage. But staying busy is not the same as being well. Real mental wellness after 60 isn't about filling your day. It's about feeling connected inside of it. That calm, that clarity, that spark in your chest that reminds you you're still alive, that's not gone. It's just been drowned out. And today, I want to help you bring it back. I'm Dr. Catherine Rocker. I've spent over 30 years helping men like you rebuild not just their energy or memory, but their sense of self. Because mental wellness isn't a mystery. It's a rhythm. A few simple choices repeated with care, until peace becomes something you don't chase, but carry. In the next few minutes, I'll walk you through 5 practical, proven ways to gently restore that inner stillness. No medication. No therapy sessions. Just tools your body already understands. You haven't lost your calm. You just haven't fed it in a while. And today, we begin to change that. John was 71 when he came to see me. He didn't complain about pain. His blood pressure was under control. He walked every morning, ate fairly well, didn't take many meds. But after a long pause, he said something I'll never forget. "Doc, nothing's really wrong, but I don't feel like me anymore." He wasn't sad. He wasn't anxious. But he wasn't okay either. He told me things like, "I wake up already tense, even when I've slept. My thoughts feel loud, even when the house is quiet. I'm not unhappy. I'm just numb. I call this the silent storm." It's what happens when your nervous system runs on high alert for too long, but without a clear reason. There's no trauma. No dramatic illness. Just a slow, steady drift from peace. And most men chalk it up to just getting older. But the real story is deeper, and far more hopeful. Here's what's happening behind the scenes. After 60, dopamine and serotonin levels begin to drop naturally. These are the brain's messengers of motivation and calm. At the same time, cortisol, your main stress hormone, tends to stay elevated longer than it used to. That means your mind doesn't settle down as easily. You don't recover from stress the way you once did. Add poor sleep, a little isolation, and years of unspoken tension, and the brain begins to forget what calm feels like. It's like a radio that used to play your favorite music, but now only gets static. You haven't lost the song. But the signal? It's gone fuzzy. And that fuzzy signal, it shows up in subtle ways. You avoid social plans but don't know why. You snap at little things, then feel confused by your own reaction. You stare at the wall for 10 minutes and realize you've been holding your breath. You go to bed tired, but your mind won't let go. These aren't signs of weakness. They're signs of an overworked, undernourished nervous system. And they're completely reversible. You don't need a therapist to feel like yourself again. You need small, daily signals that tell your brain, you're safe now. You're supported. You can relax. And the good news is, those signals don't come from pills or apps. They come from light, movement, food, and rhythm, the oldest healing tools we have. In the next part, I'll show you 5 simple things you can do, starting today, to help your mind remember how to feel good again. And maybe, even happy. When John and I talked about restoring his mental wellness, I didn't give him a diagnosis. I gave him a routine. Because peace isn't something you wait for. It's something you build, one small choice at a time. Here are 5 simple tools that help men over 60 feel calmer, steadier, and more emotionally connected, without needing medication. 1. Morning sunlight. Reset your emotional clock. Most men wake up and go straight to the kitchen, or the news. But your brain doesn't want coffee first. It wants light. Just 10 to 15 minutes of early morning sunlight helps. Boost serotonin, your natural mood stabilizer. Regulate melatonin for deeper sleep. Improve your internal clock, so energy flows steadily all day. Sun tip. Go outside within 1 hour of waking. No sunglasses. Just you, the sky, and a short walk or quiet sit. It tells your brain, the day has begun, you're safe to feel good now. 2. Magnesium-rich foods. The nervous system's natural brake pedal. Magnesium is the mineral of calm. It relaxes tense muscles, lowers stress hormones, and smooths out your mood. Most men over 60 don't get enough, which means their brain stays stuck in fight or flight all day long. Herb. Where to get it? Pumpkin seeds, avocado, spinach, dark chocolate, almonds, green salad. How to use it? Add 1 magnesium-rich food to breakfast or lunch daily. It's like hitting the brake gently on a car that's been revving too long. 3. Digital detox hour. Let the mind breathe again. Your brain was never meant to process news, texts, emails, and headlines back to back. Even 1 hour a day of no screens can reduce tension, improve focus, and help you feel like yourself again. Mantelpiece clock. When to do it? First hour after waking, last hour before bed or during lunch. As a quiet break. Phone off. Try this. Instead of watching the news at night, sit with music. Journal. Stretch. Let your mind settle. Stillness is not laziness, it's medicine for your nervous system. 4. Connection rituals. The forgotten medicine for the mind. Isolation is one of the most silent causes of anxiety and emotional numbness in older men. We weren't meant to go through life alone. Man standing, but connection doesn't mean crowds. It means purposeful contact. A weekly lunch with a close friend, a daily 10-minute call with someone who listens, a simple, "How are you doing?" really, to someone you trust. Handshake. Why it matters. Human connection increases dopamine and reduces cortisol. You don't just feel seen, you feel safe. 5. Banana plus tart cherry at night. Sleep like a man who's at peace. Nighttime is when your brain heals. But only if you sleep deeply. A light combo of 1 ripe banana plus half a cup of tart cherry juice 1 hour before bed supports melatonin production, better sleep, tryptophan conversion, calmer mind, stable blood sugar so you don't wake up restless at 3 a.m. Banana cherry bonus. This combo also improves mood the next morning, because better sleep means better serotonin. John started with just 2 of these, morning sunlight and the banana cherry ritual. By the end of the first week, he said, "Doc, it's like someone turned the volume down in my mind. I feel quiet again. But in a good way." That's not magic. That's rhythm. In the next part, I'll show you how these tools come together into a daily flow, a mental wellness rhythm that helps you feel like you again, day after day. When John first started, he didn't try to overhaul everything. He didn't need a new life. He just needed a new rhythm. Because mental wellness isn't about adding more to your day, it's about doing less, but doing it deliberately. Here's the simple routine John followed, and the one I've now shared with hundreds of men who wanted to feel more grounded, more present, and more at peace. Sun behind small cloud morning. Begin with light, not noise. Step outside within 1 hour of waking. Let the sunlight hit your face, even if it's cloudy. It tells your brain, the day is safe. You are steady. Drink a glass of warm water. Hydration first. Right pointing arrow. Clarity follows. Eat a magnesium-rich breakfast. A banana, pumpkin seeds, or a slice of avocado toast gives your nervous system the minerals it's been waiting for all night. 7 o'clock. Why it matters. This sets the tone for your stress hormones all day long. Start calm. Right pointing arrow. Stay calm. 12 o'clock midday, fuel the mind, then let it breathe. Have a calm, seated lunch. Avoid rushing or multitasking. Focus on chewing. That's digestion. That's recovery. Turn off your phone for 30 minutes. No news, no emails, just peace. This may feel uncomfortable at first, but soon it becomes a gift. Reach out to someone, even briefly. Send a short message. Make a 5-minute call. Say, thinking about you today. That small action nourishes connection more than you realize. 3 o'clock. Why it matters. Midday is when most men crash emotionally. But with connection and stillness, it becomes your reset button. Crescent moon evening. Land the day gently. Turn off screens at least 1 hour before bed. Give your brain a break from dopamine overload. Let the nervous system shift into rest mode. Create a 10-minute wind-down routine. Gentle music, warm shower, light stretch, whatever helps you exhale. Eat your nighttime calm combo: 1 ripe banana plus 1/2 cup tart cherry juice. It's not dessert, it's nourishment for your sleep cycle. Bed. Why it matters. The way you end your day is the way your brain learns to restore itself. If you end with noise, it keeps fighting. If you end with rhythm, it starts healing. John followed this rhythm, just 3 parts of it, for 1 week. Then he added the others as he went. And by day 10, he walked into my office, stood a little taller, and said, "Doc, my body feels the same. But my mind? It's quieter." And I didn't know how much I missed that. Because here's the truth, you don't need a whole new life to feel better. You just need a life that honors your nervous system. And when you give it rhythm, you give yourself permission to feel good again. Next, I'll show you what happens in 7, 14, and 30 days when you commit to this path, so you know exactly what to expect as you return to yourself. I've seen it over and over again. Men who came in quiet, tired, disconnected from something they couldn't quite name. And then, after just a few weeks of this rhythm, their shoulders drop. Their voice softens. Their eyes light up again. Not because they became someone new, but because they finally felt like themselves again. Here's what most men report when they stick to the wellness rhythm for 30 days. Spiral calendar. Day 7. The first exhale. Sleep starts to feel more restful. The morning fog lifts a little faster. You notice fewer irritations during the day. Conversations feel a bit easier, like you're more there. John described it like this. "Doc, I'm not bouncing off the walls, but I'm not flat either. There's space in my chest again." That's not a huge change. That's your nervous system letting go. Spiral calendar. Day 14. Mood. Without effort, your body starts waking with less tension. You don't need as much coffee to focus. The midday crash. Less dramatic. You feel more in control of your emotions, less reactive, more steady. Men often say, "I didn't realize how tightly I was holding everything until I stopped." That's what happens when cortisol drops and serotonin rises. You don't feel medicated. You feel balanced. Spiral calendar. Day 30. A return to presence. You sleep deeper and wake up clearer. You look forward to your mornings. You reach for people instead of withdrawing. You feel emotionally available, to yourself, and to those around you. John said it best. "I didn't just get my mind back. I got my wife back. Because now, when she talks, I'm actually there." That's the real power of mental wellness. Not just managing stress, but restoring connection. To your thoughts. To your body. To the people who matter. And maybe most important, to that quiet, solid part of you that's always been there, just waiting to be heard again. In the next and final part, I'll share the one thing that makes this whole rhythm sustainable. Because peace isn't a destination you reach. It's a rhythm you return to. Let's talk about how to protect it. Let me tell you something most men never hear. You don't have to be sick to feel off. You don't need a crisis to start healing. And you don't need to be fixed, because you're not broken. If you've been feeling disconnected, numb, or just not like yourself, that doesn't mean you've failed. It means your nervous system has been running without rhythm. And like any great machine, your mind needs routine, stillness, signal, support. Not just once, but every day. Peace is not something you stumble upon. It's something you choose, with small, repeated actions that tell your body, I care about you. That glass of water in the morning? That walk into the sunlight? That one banana and cherry juice before bed? They aren't just habits. They're reminders. Reminders that you still belong in your body. That calm isn't a thing of the past. That feeling emotionally grounded is not just possible, it's your baseline, waiting to be rebuilt. I've seen it happen. Men who thought they were just aging, discover, after 30 days of rhythm, that they laugh more, sleep better, speak slower, feel softer. Not because they gave up who they were, but because they came home to who they've always been. So if you're still listening, I want to leave you with this. You don't need a new version of yourself. You just need to give the real you a little light, a little silence, a little nourishment, and a little time. Because happiness? It's not something you chase. It's what shows up when your mind knows it's safe to land. And now, friend, it's time to land. One breath, one bite, one peaceful day at a time.